This scene, no Probllama. Exterior, Shanty's night. The doors to Shanty's swing open at Evie's 40 entrance. In a gust of lights and wind, Evie enters. She is moderately attractive, still noticeably overweight when compared to her cruise ship entrance, but still an improvement to her disheveled self. Her entrance goes unnoticed as she approaches the host.
May I help you?
I'm looking for,
Evie looks worried as she scans the restaurant, looking desperately for Dave. The host notices.
How about we set you up at a nice table whilst you wait, yeah?
Sure.
Exterior, Shanty's, table, night, moments later. Evie sits at a booth, fidgeting nervously. Exterior, Shanty's, table, night, later. Evie sits more slouched and bored as she drinks a glass of wine. Exterior, Shanty's, table, night, later. Evie leans on the table. There are 2 empty wine glasses. The restaurant is noticeably empty. Exterior, Shanty's, table, night, later. Evie leans on an arm as she looks heartbroken. There are 3 empty wine glasses. Evie takes out a $20 note from her purse and puts it on the table. Clearly let down, she gets up to leave. Evie hangs her head and stares at the floor as she shuffles toward the exit of the restaurant. She stumbles, knocking shoulders with a man.
Excuse me, are you?
Evie turns to look at Dave, 45, in all his manly beauty. His hair is perfectly styled, and he wears an open shirt which reveals his toned pecs. Evie is more alert and looks seduced as she instantly falls in love with Dave. Realizing it is Evie, Dave's expression also tenderizes as he is hypnotized by her beauty. Evie looks dreamily in Dave's distinctive light blue eyes as they share eye contact for a few moments.
Yes.
Dave grabs Evie's hand and kisses it.
I am so sorry. I was held up and
It's fine.
Dave looks relieved.
Well, shall we?
Dave leads Evie back into the dining area to sit down. Interior, Shanty's, table, later. Evie and Dave sit opposite each other. They have multiple empty plates and glasses on the table. Evie throws her head back, laughing.
I know! Who knew that bears hate cheesecake?
So, tell me, are you a family man?
You could say so.
Really?
Sure, I spend a lot of time with my close relatives.
It's all I've ever wanted.
You're perfect.
I am?
You have no idea.
Dave slips out of his chair and slides in next to Evie.
Evie, I don't mean to rush things, but I just can't help myself.
Yes.
And I want to take things to the next level.
Let's be
together.
Facebook friends.
Sure.
Oh.
Dave looks down disheartened. Evie looks around, panicking at her accidental rejection. Evie lifts his chin.
Let's do it.
Dave looks hopeful.
It?
Evie nods with an air of seduction as she squints her eyes with attitude. Interior, Evie's bedroom, night, later. Seductive music plays. Dave sits on Evie's bed facing her. Evie gives a striptease as she takes off her dress, which Dave enjoys. Evie does a twirl, and as she does, a button from her girdle flies off and hits Dave in the eye, causing him to fall back on the bed. Evie gasps in horror. Dave sits up, rubbing his eye, and gives Evie a thumbs up. Evie runs towards him and jumps on top of him. Interior, Evie's bedroom, morning. Dave is asleep, lightly snoring under the covers. Evie emerges, she stretches, smiles, and gets out of bed. Evie goes into her bathroom. Interior, Evie's bathroom, continuous. She looks at her messy hair and silk nightdress in the mirror. She brushes her hair, gargles mouthwash, and reapplies lipstick before getting back into bed. Interior, Evie's bedroom, continuous. Dave is asleep, lightly snoring under the covers. Evie emerges and goes to snuggle into Dave.
Good morning. Oh!
Evie peels back the covers to find that Dave is transformed into a llama. Evie screams. Dave quickly awakens and jumps out of bed at her screaming.
Shh! Calm down!
Evie grabs her bedside lamp and stabs the air towards Dave defensively.
Shoo! Shoo! Dave!
Evie,
Dave!
I'm right here!
Dave, get in here!
Evie, it's me!
Dave, in his llama form, tries to approach Evie. Evie aggressively smashes the top of the lamp against her bedside table, leaving the top a weapon of broken glass and metal.
Don't move one hoof closer.
Evie's eye twitches as she looks at Dave with horror. Interior, Evie's bedroom, morning, continued. Evie stands with her broken lampshank pointed towards Dave, who cowers across the room. Evie is out of breath and wild-eyed. Dave slowly moves forward.
Evie, it's me.
Evie catches Dave's gaze, and she stares into his familiar blue eyes in the same way she did when she first met him. Evie lowers her lampshank.
What? Oh, what's happened to you?
Dave looks down hurt. He exhales as though to prepare himself.
I went in as a volunteer for a cosmetic trial.
Interior science lab, experiment room, flashback. In a dark experiment room, Dave is shackled to a heavy surgical bed. One wall of the room makes bars of a cage, and the other has a surgical desk with many tools for torture and experimentation.
But I soon became their captive.
2 nurses hold electrodes to Dave's head as he gets shocked. Mad scientist, nerdy and cunning, injects him with a multicolored serum and then takes notes.
They tortured me, experimented on me, and tested my potential.
The mad scientist, 64, steps back in horror. Dave's shadow in the back wall reflects him breaking out of the surgical bed and getting larger and larger, morphing into what looks like the shape of a shark. The mad scientist looks wide-eyed with astonishment and throws his head back in maniacal laughter.
And I guess they succeeded. They took control of my body from me, but they couldn't take my mind.
Interior science lab, cell, flashback. Dave is sitting in a dirty cell. Next to him is a dog bowl of food and a Zimmer frame. He is naked, skinny, and has long, messy hair.
I couldn't take much more. I was ready to let the light take me.
The cell door swings open, and a bright light engulfs Dave and the entire cell. Dave closes his eyes as though he is ready for death to take him.
Dave.
Dave smiles with his eyes closed, and he waits.
Dave.
2 hands grab Dave's arms and shake him. Dave snaps out of his daze. Eugene, 36, balding, ignorant but sweet, is in front of Dave, shaking him.
Get up. It's time.
Eugene pulls Dave up by his hand and they run out of the cell. Interior science lab, hall, flashback continuous. A cacophony of human feet and raccoon paws echo as they run across a white, clinical floor. The alarm sounds and the red light reflects off the white floor.
If it wasn't for Fluffy making a bomb from toilet cleaner, a paperclip, and a match, we wouldn't have had a chance. None of us would have ever made it out of here.
The collection of feet all run through some open double doors and out of the science lab. Interior science lab, flashback continuous. Agent Carter, male, and Agent Smarter, female, 2 incompetent agents wearing pristine black suits and dark sunglasses march down the hall and turn into the experiment room. Interior science lab, experiment room, flashback continuous. Mad scientist is tied to a chair. His face is red from what looks like he's been attacked, and his curly hair looks slightly singed. He looks disheveled and in horror as the agents enter.
Where are they?
They just came at me all at once. I couldn't stop them.
We have to find them and terminate them immediately.
The agents march out. Exterior science lab, car park, flashback continuous. From behind bushes, the agents are seen marching out of the building, getting in 2 black SUVs and quickly driving off. 4 small bushes shuffle across the car park, and 4 shadows then disappear into the forest. Interior, Evie's bedroom, morning continued. Evie is sitting on the bed next to Dave. Evie stares at the floor listening, but shocked. Dave gazes into his memory.
We're lucky to be alive. All of us, sure. Shape-shifting llama, a robotic teen, a genius raccoon, and a man with almost no brain at all might seem dysfunctional. But we're a family now, and all we need is a safe place to hide and find our new place in this world.
Dave turns to Evie and takes her hands in his hoofs.
That's why we need you, Evie. You're our only hope.
You planned all this? You just used me
No, well, kind of. They set me up for findyourlover.com to find someone, but I didn't expect it to be someone as beautiful and caring and loving as you.
Evie swoons.
I love you, and I understand if you can't do this. We could have a family and a life together. Don't you want that?
Evie gazes hopefully into Dave's eyes. Exterior, Evie's mind, sky and clouds. The Carpenters' Close to You plays. Evie and Dave soar into the sky as she holds Dave's host with her hands. In a dance-like fashion, they float around each other in embrace. A wedding ring sparkles on Evie's ring finger. A swaddled baby floats to them, and Evie looks down. It is a female baby llama. They both laugh as she feeds it a bottle of milk. Dave takes out a baseball from his fur and throws it in the distance. A young boy runs to pick it up and runs back to hand it to Dave. The boy sits on Dave's back, and they move in for what seems to be a family photo. There's a flash. Interior, Evie's bedroom, morning, continuous. Evie gazes into the distance, lost in a daydream. Dave looks intently worried as he holds a mobile to his face.
Why did you lead them here? Okay, I'm coming.
Dave snaps the phone shut and rushes to Evie. He kneels down and puts his hooves on her knees and shakes her.
Evie.
Yes?
He shakes her again, more vigorously. She snaps out of her daydream.
What?
I'm really going to need an answer. Now.
Evie thinks for a moment and then smiles.
Yes.
Evie goes to hug Dave, but he quickly gets up.
Good, because they're here.
Dave rushes out, and Evie sits confused for a moment before following him.
Who's here?